Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. As many as 7 Indian-sponsored terrorists were killed, while 6 soldiers, including a young captain, embraced martyrdom in a clash in Kherson district near the Afghan border. Troops engaged Khawarij terrorists during an intelligence-based operation in Kherson's Doga area. The martyred officers included 24-year-old Captain Noman Salim of the Medical Corps. The operation was part of Pakistan's national counter-terrorism drive, Azmi-Istehkam, aimed at eliminating foreign-backed terrorism. Sanitization of the area is underway. Defence Minister Khawaja Asif has issued a stern warning to Kabul, saying Pakistan will now respond in the same language Afghanistan understands. Speaking in Samaa TV's programme Nadeem Malik Live, the minister called the Afghan Taliban ungrateful and unreliable and accused them of betraying their benefactors. He said the Taliban hide behind religion but betray its values. He also revealed that Pakistan had issued passports to individuals who had no link to its soil, a practice he said can no longer continue. The minister added that Pakistan had raised concerns about these people being resettled in Afghanistan, but the Taliban offered no clear response. Khawaja Asif has issued a blunt warning to Afghanistan's Taliban regime after 4 days of fruitless talks in Istanbul, saying Islamabad does not need to use even a fraction of its full arsenal to completely obliterate the Taliban regime if provoked. In a post on X, Khawaja Asif said Pakistan entered the Istanbul talks on the request of brotherly countries to give peace a chance. But he accused Afghan officials of responding with venomous statements that he said reveal a devious and splintered mindset within the Taliban regime. Information Minister Ataullah Tarar says Pakistan will use all available resources to eliminate terrorists and their facilitators. In a post on social media platform X, he said Pakistan's patience with the Afghan Taliban has run out after repeated cross-border attacks. Tarar accused the Taliban regime of living off a war economy and ignoring Pakistan's sacrifices for regional peace. He confirmed that talks held in Doha and Istanbul, hosted by Qatar and Turkey, ended without results, as Kabul offered no assurances to stop terror groups operating from Afghan soil. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Russia has successfully tested its Poseidon nuclear-powered autonomous torpedo, calling it a huge success. Speaking in Moscow, Putin claimed the weapon's power surpasses even the Sarmat intercontinental missile. The Poseidon is designed to create radioactive ocean swells and was launched from a submarine and operated on its nuclear engine for the first time. A Russian attack on Ukraine's southern city of Kherson has hit a children's hospital, injuring 4 people, including a child. Officials say several hospital rooms were destroyed in the strike. Footage shows extensive damage inside the Kherson Regional Children's Hospital. President Donald Trump and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung have finalized their long-delayed trade deal in Seoul. The $350 billion investment agreement spares Seoul from major US tariffs. Trump also pledged support in easing tensions with North Korea, calling the deal a major step forward in US-Korea relations. Leaders from Canada, Australia, Thailand and Vietnam have arrived in Busan for the APEC summit. It marks Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's first official visit to Asia. He's expected to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping and hold trade discussions with Donald Trump later this week. Israel's latest airstrikes on Gaza have killed more than 100 people, including dozens of children, after the death of an Israeli soldier reignited violence. The military says it targeted Hamas and weapons depots across the enclave and called the strikes a firm response to ceasefire violations. However, Gaza health officials say entire families were wiped out in overnight bombardments. Despite the bloodshed, Israel insists it remains committed to the US-brokered truce, even as tensions threaten to push both sides back to full-scale war. Iran has accused Israel of repeatedly violating ceasefires in Gaza and Lebanon, saying such actions hinder regional recovery. Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghai also condemned the US for deploying warships to the Caribbean, calling it a violation of international law and a threat to peace. The Foreign Office has strongly condemned Israel's fresh attacks in Gaza, calling them a serious breach of the recently signed peace agreement and a threat to ongoing regional peace efforts. The spokesperson says the latest strikes by the Israeli occupying forces were deeply regrettable and a clear violation of international laws and human rights. He confirms that reports have emerged of the martyrdom of several innocent Palestinian civilians, including women and children, as Israeli forces carried out overnight bombings across the Gaza Strip. 132 people have been killed in Rio de Janeiro's most deadly police operation ever, which targeted a major gang days before the city hosts global events related to the United Nations Climate Summit, known as COP30. Police have often conducted large-scale operations against criminal groups ahead of major events in Rio, which hosted the 2016 Olympics, the 2024 G20 Summit, and the BRICS Summit in July. The Pakistan People's Party is set to move a no-confidence motion against Azad Jammu and Kashmir Prime Minister Anwar ul-Haq within the next 2 days. According to latest reports, the party leadership has approved Chowdhury Yassin for the new leadership role. Names of Chowdhury Yassin, Latif Akbar, Faisal Mumtaz Rator and Sardar Yaqub were under consideration, but sources say party chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari chose Yassin for premiership. The People's Party holds a majority in the assembly, with support from the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz. Meanwhile, communication between PPP leadership and AJK President Barrister Sultan Mahmood has been restored after years, with the party deciding to retain him as the constitutional head of the state. Pakistan has issued visas to more than 2,100 Sikh pilgrims from India for the celebrations of Baba Guru Nanak's birthday. The visas were granted under the 1974 Protocol on Religious Pilgrimages, allowing devotees to visit from November 4th to 13th. During their stay, the pilgrims will visit Gurdwara Nankana Sahib, Gurdwara Panja Sahib and Kartarpur. Pakistan's Chargé d'Affaires in New Delhi said the move reflects Islamabad's continued commitment to interfaith harmony and religious tolerance. Hurricane Melissa, the strongest storm ever to hit Jamaica, has moved toward Cuba after unleashing catastrophic winds and flooding that left the Caribbean island reeling. The World Meteorological Organization has dubbed it the storm of the century. Hurricane Melissa roared ashore near the southwestern town of New Hope, packing sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, well above the threshold for a Category 5 storm. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has refused to rule out tax increases ahead of next month's budget, hinting that the economy is in worse shape than expected. The opposition accused him of backtracking on his 2024 promise not to raise taxes on working people. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.